Welcome everyone to a special episode of Mechanic to Mechanic. We're at the FORSYTH Tech Transportation Center in Winston-Salem today. I hope you enjoy the tour of the facility and meeting some of the instructors, actually meeting some students too. We're very fortunate this fall. We have about 375 students that are with us in a variety of programs. You'll get a chance to see all of those. For more information about FORSYTH Tech and our Transportation Center, please visit forsythtech.edu.
Hey everybody, I'm Brandon with Mechanic to Mechanic here at FORSYTH Tech Community College in the Race Car Technologies program here with Galen, going over his class and all the stuff that they offer to you guys. If you'd like to come along with us, we're going to go through the program, what you're going to get here and what you can get out of it. Mr. Galen, what do you got for these students?
So we got 3 different parts of our program here. We offer 3 certificate programs. We offer a race car setup program, which is the lab we're standing in right now. We got a racing engines certificate program, which covers all things of building a racing engine. This is to do with the setup of the race car. We've also got a chassis fabrication lab where we build the whole entire race car chassis from the ground up. All the welding, cutting, bending of all the materials and the sheet metal fabrication that goes along with that. So we offer a certificate program in all 3. We got an associate degree program of all 3 of them combined, along with 6 general education courses that goes along for 2 years. It's 2 years to get through that program, and that's what we offer here. We feel like we provide a good footprint of what goes on in the racing industry here, and a good pathway for the students to go out in the racing industry and be successful right away at an entry-level position.
So with these programs, if I'm correct, they cover pretty much any student or adult that has an interest in this field, whether you want to go all the way to getting your diploma or you want to get a certificate and get cruising in the field. I understand you also have a work-based learning program based in the performance side, correct?
Absolutely. We've got some partners within the racing industry, Richard Childress Racing, an ECR engine company that is their own company that have dealt with us for almost 2 years now, 3 semesters of providing work-based learning jobs for the students, and it has went on into full-time positions for at least half of those students, and one of those students is continuing on to UNC Charlotte. So we hope to get some pathways to some articulation agreements into 4-year universities, but also on the other end, having some agreements with some high schools on the front end that maybe they can get some courses before they get into the program. We're trying to work on both of those things to go along with the work-based learning that we have in place right now.
You high school students, keep an eye on your schools, because when that pops up, these people put a lot of work into these programs. I've been a part of these programs for the past 4 years of my life, and now I'm full-time plus. As I've worked through the program and used the work-based learning program, not only did I have a lot of fun here, which obviously you can look around, there's plenty to enjoy while you're here learning. I was able to take that out and knock out a whole bunch of cars and show what I could do, and all that led to a lot of stability for me in my life. So I appreciate the program you set up. If you don't mind, can we go through the room and talk about a few things that are in here that they can participate in?
Absolutely.
That's new.
If you want to start at that, this is our brand new part of the program. This was originally bought to be a part of this race car setup class. You can go on here and do the iRacing, and you can make adjustments on your car, and you can see what works and does not work, and you can see the data that's gathered from it and what you're gathering from that, and work kind of like the way the crew chiefs and engineers work with their driver. We're kind of trying to simulate that part of it. Also, too, the college is getting involved in a sports program, and esports is one of those things that they're wanting to get started too. And we're working on getting iRacing incorporated into the esports part of the college's sports program. So that's in the beginning stages, beginning works right now.
Kind of cool to see video games make it all the way into school.
Yeah, that's always it's never a negative for students. They always want to have some time at the console there working the
I'm
video
guessing there
game.
might be a line sometimes.
So yeah, there's got to be there's a
Yes.
structure and a plan of doing it, but
Absolutely.
it's going to be fun too along with it.
So for you students out there, especially students that are interested in performance, I understand you do this at home. You might have your own rig even, but coming down here and being with somebody like Galen, who's been in the industry, he's been part of racing, and he knows how the setup to these cars affects both putting the car together, getting on the track, and winning the race. Having somebody that can get you on that computer, walk through the setup that you're doing on the sim, and actually teach you all the benefits will not only benefit your ability to play the game, but when you get out and you start working on these cars, you're going to understand these cars even better. You're going to understand what each component's doing, how it's putting the power down, how it's maintaining additional traction, and you'll make a lot of progress really fast. Whereas if we just do it at home on YouTube videos, I promise you, I did that for a long time. It's not quite the same. So what else we got here? We got some race cars. We got two different kind of race cars right here.
We got this. This is what's called the Car of Tomorrow car, which began in 2007 in the Cup Series.
That's the one that has the lip, right?
Yes, it's supposed to be a splitter right down here,
okay.
And it's some brackets that bracing it up. But that was what was come out in 2007. We've had this example here a while. We got this Allison Legacy car, the smaller car, beside it.
And this is something students at some point could actually get into while they're working.
Yeah, so we currently actually have one student that is actually in the Allison Legacy car series.
Okay,
so he actually has his own Legacy
awesome.
car. So we have that. We have this is being used in like the Xfinity series, the truck series of NASCAR, late model, asphalt, dirt late model use this kind of instrument to set up the car, and it pulls the weight down. It gets the force that is being put on the car in the corners,
right?
And you have those geometry angles
for dialing in suspension and the advantages of a proper setup.
Yes.
Okay.
And beside it, we got what's called a spring smasher, which is used for coilover shock systems.
Okay.
The Cup Series in NASCAR has a coilover shock.
Right.
It's with the new car, Gen 7, next gen car.
Mm-hmm.
They come up with a coilover shock. So they use these spring smashers to set the ride heights on those cars, plus anything with a late model, dirt late model, asphalt late model uses these machines. And most of the time they bring them to the racetrack with them.
So it takes the load off, allows you to make your adjustments and stuff?
Yeah, and you're able to set it to know where.
These programs make sure that they stay up to date, not only with the modern vehicles and the new technology coming out for them, but also for the racing program. So it's some of that money you're paying is put towards getting time with these machines that you will be using if you're trying to win that. And I believe that's one was outside for a long time, wasn't it?
It was outside the door
Richard Childress
for a long
car.
time. So it's that one does have Richard Childress's name on it, but that began as a Roush car. That is a Xfinity car, series car from around the mid 2000s. It's a speedway car, a Daytona Talladega.
That's when Roush was coming up with Ford.
So yes, it has those looks like DeWalt colors on it.
Yeah.
So
this car's been on the track.
But this car has been on the track, and you got one back yonder. Well, I'm sure this car has been on the track. Of course, the Legacy car and the other car we got at the back of the shop has been on the track. We're kind of working on that car back there. We've got an engine setting it in that the students had built and actually dyno tested. So we're working on.
So it's getting an engine.
Yeah, it's got one. It's sitting in it.
When it was sitting out earlier, it didn't have an engine.
Okay.
A little while ago. Yeah.
About a few months ago.
That's how things change over here. You can be a part of. You see a display out front, well, you might be putting an engine in it with Galen over here and having a really fun time doing it.
So the first year students actually built that engine in the car. So they actually, most of the time they don't get to build an engine until the second year.
Yeah.
So they got to build that engine the first year. And actually they're working on two other engines. They're in their second year now. They're working on another old school small block Chevrolet and a LS that they're working on. They've worked on both of the engines to date. So awesome. By the end of this semester, we hope to have two more there program.
Well, this is what all these guys watching this want to do. So obviously you can come here and do it and not only get to enjoy doing it, but go out and make money afterwards doing what you love. So we're going to move on. I really appreciate your time, Galen. Thank you for walking us through your program. We're going to move on. I'm going to pass it over to Edward in the T10 program with Eric Dixon. Thank you, and y'all have a good night.
Thank you.